Hi, Ray Valley here. I'm going to show you how to use some Lowrance electronics to help you precisely target fish on a drop-off. We're in beautiful Lake Kabetogama, northern Minnesota, and I've got my Motorguide XI5. Works very similar to Lowrance Ghost. It's all integrated into the Lowrance HDS. I also have active target here on a pole. It's kind of a little beat up, but it shows the direction of it's live sonar, so then it shows the direction of where the 15-degree cone is pointed. I have it in forward mode right now, and maybe what you can see from the screen is here's a flat bottom, and then it's a steep drop off. You can see that on the chart here too. I've got it integrated with the chart. What I'm going to use this for is kind of precisely seeing where the fish are. Now it's interesting. You can see something on the sonar here. That was a fish at some point that crossed through the transducer that's on my Motorguide. However, we don't really know where that is. Active target helps us to identify where that is. You can see we're starting to kind of drift off the drop-off. We want to try to get back. Oh, you can see a little fish down there. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. But what we want to do is really kind of see where these fish are relating. Oh, there's another few fish. Okay, and you can see that we're starting to come right into the drop-off. Okay, so maybe that's saying that these fish are relating right to the edge of that drop-off. And you can see here our arrow. Look at the arrow there. That arrow is pointing up to that up to the slope. So I'm gonna just turn my trolling motor on just to creep a little bit. And what I'll eventually do is I'll show you also too how to use the anchor feature. Okay, we see a few fish down there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put this in anchor mode. Okay, I put in anchor mode with my fob. It might turn the boat around to get into the wind. Hopefully you'll still be able to see it with the sun. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to target those fish right there on the edge of the break. So now this thing is kind of turning around. So what I want to do is I want to keep the active target kind of on that slope. So I'm going to keep moving this around as the boat turns. Okay, so leave that there. And now what I'll do is I have a drop shot. I got a little drop shot rig with a minnow, and I'm gonna drop that right in front. Oh boy, look at those fish. See? So what that's telling you, there's the break, and these things are, I can put that my finger there, and that's 27.7 feet in front of the arrow. So you see the arrow there? That's 27.7 feet straight up that way. So I'm going to hit clear cursor here, and it's taking me back to where I want to be. You can zoom in or zoom out to get the right resolution you want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this drop shot straight down in front of the cone of the active target. I'm going to see if we can see the lure. Sometimes it's a little faint, but we're dropping it down. Okay, it's all the way down on bottom. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, now we're kind of on. Now the trolling motor has turned around, so we're gonna get that back pointed where those fish were. Okay, and I bet that so my lure's probably over here, but I want to be over there. So I'm gonna actually reel up, and I'm gonna cast my jig over towards that drop off, because I know that's where those fish are. So what's really neat about this technology is it helps you kind of pinpoint precisely where those fish are, how they're relating to bottom, and really increases your chances of catching fish. Now if the fish aren't biting like they've been today, they really haven't been biting, so we've been able to put it in front of their face, but they haven't been biting. So let's see here. I'm just bouncing it off bottom here. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to creep. I want to get a little closer to that drop off. So I'm just going to use this creep feature. And that's going to creep me a little closer to the drop off. So hopefully you find this helpful, how all the technology integrates and make your trip more successful. We'll sit here and jig a few more minutes.